Okay, all good, Vidi. Ah, hilang orangnya. Okay, everyone, thank you for coming for this PD Scrum. Usually we have some agenda in this Scrum. So there's a campaign update on Trello, PD's Trello board, and also there's discussion topics that we usually like to discuss. I think I'd like to switch this because I think the last few Scrum we didn't get a chance to uh, discuss the topics that we write down on the paper. So I'll start with that, yeah, this time. Wait, let me see. Sharing my screen. Continue with my screen. Okay. I will start with this. So there are some issue that we haven't finished discussing. So this is done. This is done. So these are the latest discussion. But yeah, so I'm proposing a new flow for this for the bug report. We always call it bug report, but I think it's called tools report now. Yeah. So uh, VD thinks that PO as the campaign manager connect feature requests to each respective campaign. I think Nadia has been doing that, right? Uh, by moving the bug report and feature reports to the campaign directly. But I think I found something that's missing from that process. So we don't really discuss that features or bugs that has been submitted. We just go directly to the campaign and it's gone, right? So I'm thinking about modifying that. So what I did was this. So the new bugs and new feature requests will come directly here to this product development board, so that we can discuss it every week on the Scrum. So what we are going to do is we have a look at the bugs that's reported, and then we will see the details, and then we will decide who's going to work on this, just to make sure that it will be followed up. Why? Because I think some bugs are piling up like bigger, for example, and we still not sure what are the problem here, or who's the person. We know who submitted, but who's working on that is like somewhat unstable. Sometimes Chris, sometimes Vidi, sometimes me. But then the follow up is not very clear about that. So we're going to move it here, and then we will discuss it on this Scrum, and then we will decide it whose campaign that going to handle that. And yeah, same with the feature request. And for the feature request, I changed some. Actually, I just added some columns, new columns on the feature request form that will make this card a PRD directly without we need to attach another PRD as an external document. Let me see if we have a new feature. This one. This one is new entry, right? So the format is already a PRD format. We have the summary, we have the panes that the user have, and then we have the context. So what we need to do next as a product owner, basically we just need to fill up the missing fields, like the user persona. Here we can generate it from the context that this person RV has been submitted, and then we create the release criteria, and then we list everything that's out of scope, and then we create the team here, the project stakeholder. And then also what we need to do is we need to tag the person that's requested this feature, in this example RV, just to make sure that we still have communication with them. Yes, Nadia.
Does it mean we don't need use paper anymore?
Yes, that's the idea here. So basically, what we are going to do with the paper are to have this text spec and prototype, right?
Mhm.
No, the text spec only for the paper. Some why? Because sometimes we don't need tech spec in the PRD directly, like
Mm-hmm.
the feature improvement, for example. We only need the user stories and also the implementation. So this way, there will be no back and forth communication needed between Trello and also Paper, because I think most of the time the information is doubled already. We have the background, we have uh, the project stakeholder, things like that. Even on the PRD paper, also that information is doubled as well. So we remove that thing, and if we need to attach more specific specs, like development plan, for example, we can attach it on the paper, and then we can use that paper specifically only for the development specs, basically. So that is the idea for that. And is there anything missing so far from this composition on Trello?
Okay, perhaps another question.
Hmm?
So when are we going to meet and discuss the bugs?
Oh, the bugs. Yeah. Oh, this is a feature request. Okay, so the bugs.
Yep.
Uh,
Because you said like we were gonna meet first and we discuss about who's going to work on what and then so on and then that. So when is that gonna happen? Is it during PD Scrum or is it going to be like a certain time?
Okay, so this can be done asynchronously. I think we've done that with a few. So basically, we tag the person that submit the bugs, and then we have a discussion here. If there's an answer to that, then we decide it right there. If no, then like usual, we wait until the scrum. Vidi, do you have any idea?
Propose. I think why it's not working for PD is also because there's no notification in Slack for BI and also finance. We have every time there's a request, we have notifications like so people respond immediately. Like the frequency of people opening Trello is a bit less than Slack, I think.
Mm, okay.
Like HR for inquiry, they don't really open the Airbnb accounts like all the time, but they just wait for Slack inquiry.
Okay. Do you think that will fix the problems?
Yes, because from my experience in finance or BI, every time we have like inquiry or anything like notification,
Mhm.
if someone already take the responsibility, they will like just emote up like thumbs up, like we know that someone has already taken care of that. But then if
Mhm.
it's not, then maybe we can tag someone to deal with it.
Okay. Here's my question. Who's going to take a bug? Is it a product owner or a developer directly?
PO usually sih kak.
Okay, so it means that if there's a PO that's taking care of the bug, uh, the rest would be taken care of. Like who's developing this? We don't need to think about that.
Yeah, can sometimes like can be see like developer directly take action, but I think our developers right now the current state is we need to be reminded by the PO, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah,
See,
that's what's happening here. So we have the developer, and then we have the QA as well, Stefan. But we don't know whether it's currently working. It's on this list currently fixing, but does it progressing or not? We don't know about that. So what is the best way we manage this? Should we tag only the PO or QA or the developer actually to
the
this?
developer as well. We need the like specific developer to deal with the bugs.
Okay, so like this one, for example, right? So we have actually the client Nadia, and also the I don't know the PO should be Nadia as well, and then the developer is Chris, right? I think Nadia mentioned Chris, or no, not yet, yeah. But currently, Stefan as QA. So the last activity would be 31st of July, and it still doesn't have any activity on this card. And then let me see. This one has been submitted a long time ago, right? This is from April 9th. And we have Nicholas, we have Chris, and then I think we stopped here. There's no progress on June 17th. And then also Nadia also, I asked her to have a look at this, and still there's no progress. So how can we fix this problem? What is the best way to make sure that this is going to be followed up? We have already mentioned the developer, and yeah, that's the thing about developer, right? They cannot really take a task and then finish it right away because they also have another work to do.
May I ask this question, Kak?
Yes, Jay.
Why don't we have something like stand-ups in sprint in Scrum?
Ah,
Like,
okay, okay. Tell us more about that.
so usually like inside of a Scrum, there will be like three phase. I believe like the first one will be like sprint backlog and also like collecting user stories like from PO.
Mhm.
And inside of the development, like right after that, we can actually see the software requirement and the developer can just execute the software requirement and maybe do some bug fixing. But inside of that process in the development time, there should be like something called stand up. Stand up is just like to it's something's like have the purpose of the stand up. I believe is just to keep the hype of the developer and reminding them of they need to do this. It's just like a report, a progress report, but just like 10 minutes only. Like
Mhm.
the only thing that they are talking about there, the developer is what have you done and do you have any struggle with it and what will you do next, just these three main thing that talked in
Mhm.
inside of the discussion in the stand-ups.
Mhm.
And then the follow-up, like if they have bugs and other developer think that they can contribute to it, will be discussed later after the stand-ups. So the stand-ups just like it's literally like developer friendly, like only 15 minutes, and then the rest of the day they will be like doing their stuff, and everyone knowing what's going on and in the sprint. And that's happening like usually a good sprint is done like every day in theory, but usually like there is some adjustment, like maybe 2 days once, or maybe like 1 week 3 times, something like that. And then in the end of the sprint there will be something called as retrospective.
Mhm.
Retrospective is just like reviewing what we have do and delivering it to the user and asking them about, is it what you want, is it equal to what you think the feature should be. And yeah, I think
Okay,
that is come.
that's a very good idea, Zay. You know what? We actually did that for hospitality for HR before there's an HR, right? Like 3 or 4 years ago, right? And that actually worked really well. So in the morning we would do stand ups. Who's going to do check in for which area? Who's going to be the air support? And who's going to handle problems on the day? And then after that, in the end of the month, we do retrospective actually, which kind of task that we cannot finish on a daily basis. So I think that you have a very interesting idea for that. Vidi, what do you think about that?
We can do a quick stand-ups like in Discord, right? How is the Discord going though? Like, how effective is the Discord doing to like solve this kind of issue? Because usually, what Nadia does is just like pull me in if she see that my calendar is off, and then like she will just ask me to do things,
Mm. Okay,
and that works. Yeah.
can anyone do that from the beginning, or is this something that we need to a culture that we need to build first?
Culture that you should build. See, also like most of the time Nadia will see my calendar. Like if I'm available and I'm in Discord, she just pull me and just ask me to do things. Actually, I'm
Mm.
doing other things, but I just don't write it. But okay, it's okay because I don't write it in my calendar. That's my fault.
Mm. Okay, Stefan, that's a tip for you. So, as a QA, you will need a lot of people, right? You will need developer.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can do that trick that Nadia have.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. back to the Scrum idea. Let's see. Nadia, what do you think about that?
Okay, actually, for the stand up one, we have PD asynchronous, right, Kak, every day for like 15 minutes.
Did that happen or not?
No.
Right, right, right. Okay. Let's see the calendar, right? I think we have that. Nope, we don't have that. We don't have
we,
that.
we we do, I think.
We do, Kak, but probably like 3 times per week or four
Oh,
times
this
per
one,
week.
PD async. Yeah. Okay. Did this happening? Not really. Yeah.
Not really.
Okay. Okay. This is definitely a cultural thing, right? We need to we need to have a promoter for this to make sure that this event actually happening every day. Okay. Um let's do an MVP for this. Yeah, I think the idea is good. We just need to prove that this is a solution that can solve our problem. So what I'm seeing here is that the problem is there are some POs and NQAs, Stefan now, that can coordinate all of this tasks, right? The bugs, and then who's going to fix that. The problem is there's limited time for the developer to do that, and also the time management for the developer. So, is that the correct problem statement?
Yep. So I think that since the schedule for the PD asynchronous sync up is already at like the middle of the day, like at 12 p.m.
Mm,
It's also a good chance for like maybe Nadia can pull people in Discord like to PD discussion just to like get a wrap of what are they doing for the day and what they're going to do. Something like that. That also makes
mm,
change the PD asynchronous to like the stand up that Zay proposed.
mm.
That kind of makes sense as well.
Okay, here's my proposal. Zay, can you champion this stand up? So basically, what you have is you have this slot, right, for PD asynchronous sync up for 15 minutes every day. Can you activate Nadia and Stefan basically? So they have this problem of understanding what are all the developers are doing today, and whether their problem are currently being solved or not, right? So Stefan and Nadia will be handling bugs, but they're not sure whether the developer actually working on that or not. So we need to have this quick stand up for 15 minutes every day. Can you arrange this event, Zay, and make sure that Nadia and Stefan have the apa namanya the floor basically to get all of the information from the developer. That means everyone in PD will need to attend that stand up and stating their the pending list currently working on and the frictions, right? Okay, Zay, what do you think about that?
So the schedule will be just the same as the asynchronous meeting, yeah?
Yes, currently we have that slot right there, but usually that also happen to be there's another meeting as well. Do you have any proposal? Do you want to move it uh, earlier in the morning?
I'm not sure. I don't get the card actually, so I don't actually know there is the
Or
schedule for it.
this one on the calendar? Oh, and you're not invited here, yeah.
Yep. So,
Okay.
my task will be just pinging Kak Nadia and also Stefan, yeah, for just bringing up everyone inside of the Discord, and then it's their responsibility.
Yes, yes, yeah. Basically, you are the host of this event, right? So the participant would be everyone in PD. There's Nadia, Stefan, me, VD, and also Chris as well, and yourself as well. So everyone will do their stand ups in 2 minutes per person, and then so that everyone knows what's happening in the chapter today.
Okay.
Okay.
So the one will be the host, the Scrum Master is me, not the
Yep.
PO.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I think it's a bit overwhelming, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, okay. So as a host, basically, it's pretty simple, Stefan. You ask the question to each person, right? Like, Nadia, what are your three activities today? What is your pending list? What is your going to work on today? And then what's your friction? So basically, that's your job. But the important thing is you need to make sure that this event is actually happening.
Copy that, Kak.
Okay, I will give you the liberty of arranging the schedule, whether you want to reschedule this time or you want to put it in the same slot. I think you can ask everyone in Dropbox paper or on Slack, yeah, for maybe vote or things like that. But you will have the liberty for that. I will delete this event so you can recreate your own events for this stand up, yeah.
Copy that, Kak.
Okay. Okay, that's sounds good. Oh, by the way, we forget to ask for someone to secretary. Yeah. Okay, anyone want to help me for the secretary? Siapa free nih? Vidi ketawa-ketawa sih.
Yeah, gas kak.
Okay, okay. Vidi, can you please write down the conclusion here? Yeah, that should be part of this discussion as well. With all the bugs and feature request management. Yeah. Okay, we took half the Scrum time already, but this one is basically I'm asking about. Oh yeah, basically we are partnering with Yayasan Anak Bangsa Bisa. This is one part of Gojek, and we are going to propose a project for their internship program. So basically, they have a lot of students that they need a real project. So we will propose if we have an interesting project that we can solve. There's an example here. There's like a dark room improvement, price improvement. That's for Gojek's app, basically for their photo processing. That's one of the project that the interns are working on. So my question is there any projects that we think it's interesting enough to be for this intern to work on? And the criteria is basically there's a back end, front end, and also data analyst. So that's the scope of this internship. Is there any question about this, or anyone want to uh, propose the idea here? You know, so we don't have any problem for this intern, yeah.
The role scopes only BA, FA, and data analyst.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Or perhaps to the developers because they know best.
Yeah, VD and
I think,
Zay. Is there any interesting
most
project?
of the problem is already like stated in the campaign, and like what kind of proposal of problem that we will give to the generasi gigi. And if we can just like telling the existing problem with the current
Hmm?
backend version one, and it is a problem, but I'm currently working for it, yeah.
Hmm?
Like if we can also include that there, and then we'll have collaboration with the other people from that internship, and it will be good.
Okay, I guess that's one of the interesting project that for the intern to work on one of the services that we are building, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely can do
Yeah.
that.
Hmm?
Like they, what they're looking for is like an exact thing. For example, like we want them to make this or make that, right? Not really. They do not do problem solving, but they execute, right, kak?
Yep. Hmm. So I think that yeah that
Proyek senja sih.
what project
Proyek senja. Okay.
okay. That's actually both for backend and also data analysis. Yeah.
Data analyst ya.
Vidi, can you write down your idea
Yap,
for
yap, yap, yap.
yeah? Well, basically the title first, and then we will create the details later. We need ideas first, ideas flowing. Zay, can you also write down your idea in this Dropbox paper on our discussion Dropbox paper about the microservices project?
Okay, Kak.
Mm. Okay. Is there anything else? Any other projects that's interesting for the front end? Probably not now. Okay. Let's write it down here if there's any idea. So we will conclude that we will propose everything basically.
Front end scope mobile or kayak bigger desktop gitu? Or include mobile as well?
Uh, they are only accepting web app projects.
Ah, all right then. No for me.
No. Okay then. Okay, that's it for the discussion. We will continue the discussion on paper, yeah. And my paper is crash, I guess, right now. Okay. No. Okay. So the next question is the how we promote more conversation and idea generation in PD chapter as a chapter. So what I see here is that we don't have a lot of discussion on any channel on Slack, on Discord, or Trello or Paper, and I kind of have difficulties to get answers for discussion. Uh, does anyone else feels that way, or that's just me? Anyone? Let's start from Zay. Zay, what do you think? Do you have any interesting discussion with general public in PD basically?
So is it like just a discussion or related to work? Like,
Anything actually. Not only related to work. That's even better if we can discuss things outside of work as well.
okay, so usually like I'm not really hanging out in Discord. Yeah, maybe it's everyone knows that I'm not really on the Discord, and that's maybe my main problem. Like I have a lot of like maybe not a lot, but actually my workload outside of the Bukit Vista is currently high since I'm on ospec. Like yeah, but and then yeah, I haven't talked too much to many people except for inside of the pairing session maybe, and I actually enjoyed the discussion inside of the campaign that you assigned me to Kak, like
Hmm?
talking to Chris about maybe learning new thing, and also to Kak Vidi about data analytics and also KPI measurement. And beside of that, maybe what I also have this two meetings before with Chris about just light chit chat in the end of this Saturday with Dan also. We just chatting and hanging out in the Google Meet, and that's proposed by Dan. Since like
Okay, that's good.
yeah, that's actually what we do, like just to relieve stress and also share each everyone's like point of view. But it's only happening twice since like Dan is very hard to to reach. So yeah, that will be it from me.
Okay, okay. But did you get the chance to discuss things outside of your scope, like especially with other apa ya namanya? So you are a developer, and you definitely normally would be hanging out with developers, right? But did you discuss that with UI and UX design, for example? Because these things are important, right? You get to know the what the UX designer think about your code, for example, or how they think about the user. So that would improve your improve your understanding about creating a product. That's does that kind of discussion happening cross apa ya namanya cross role.
Cross role, yeah. Maybe I can add maybe Kak, for
Hmm?
me.
Really?
Generally, most of the time, since I manage my own campaign and I develop it myself, I tend to talk or communicate with clients as opposed to PD members. So that's where I find inspiration for problems for Redash. But when Nadia, for example, assigns me as a developer, that's when the communication actually happens, and like whatever problem I face in my development, I bring up to Nadia to be generated as a next project. For example, like I proposed to Nadia yesterday that our theme should be placed in a GitHub repository because there might be issues when developing the code. So I think this is Chris, for example, right? For internal tools, he's also the campaign manager and also the developer, right?
Mhm.
So he tends to do it like alone as well, except when he is called in as a developer from Nadia also. Yeah, that kind of depends the communication because some of the campaigns we kind of like work alone, and because the initial idea like product owners are campaign managers, and so that all of the stacks should be available in one project. But that's what happened, and that's why like we tend to like work alone, go out to client, deliver product, go out to client, deliver product. We don't get to talk with the other PD members. At least that's for me. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, we are oversteering, yeah,
Yeah.
the
Like
independent, yeah.
in a sense, we have 3 or 4 campaigns, right? Kak?
Hmm.
But then we only have like 1.5 PO.
Hmm.
That's why we decided that some of the dev should also be PO, right? That's why also, right?
Hmm. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the campaign thing and also discussion inside of the project. Yeah. So that is a good thing. My concern is this. My concern is in the chapter level. So if we are focusing on the project level, then how can we reach creativity on PD itself?
Yeah, there's also an issue, guys. So, for example, like if Chris is always doing the requested projects,
Hmm?
he will have no time to think about something that he wants to
Yeah,
do.
side project,
Something
right?
like that. Yeah,
Hobby, right?
yeah, it's something like that. Like hobby. Like previously, when we do not have any like much request in internal tools, kan, ya, Kak,
Hmm?
previously. Usually, I just think I want to do this, and then I propose to the client, and then the client like it, right? Something like
Yep,
that.
yep.
But now like PD everything already requests, and then like so we spend most of our time like dealing with responding as opposed to initiating.
Hmm. Okay, how that yeah that's exactly my question. How can we promote more active uh, technology solution, right? So as opposed to be a server basically, or a freelancer for the rest of the company. That's uh, just a retrospective. That's how I get to make this chapter or the IT part or the technology part of Bukit Vista, right? It's uh, because people that's currently working, they think that is the way they should be doing every day because they are already doing that every day and they are doing fine at doing that, right? So they don't have any idea of what technology can help them. A good example is the booking, right? Recording booking. Before we have the automation with Tokit, Integromat, and other thing, people would record the booking manually. So every time there's a booking on Airbnb, we would just copy the data from Airbnb and paste it on the Google Docs, Google Sheet, every day like that. So if we have 60 booking per day, we will do that 60 times, right? So they don't have any idea that that's actually wasting time, right? Because we can automate that. So this is coming from a fun perspective. I don't like doing that, right? So what I do is I propose that for the to the reservation people, and that's sometimes that feels like an idea that is like weird for them, right? Like, can we trust this automation as good as me, right? Because they are doing that, they are the expert, right? Can this automation uh, do the work as good as me? That's always the question when we want to replace the repetitive task with automation. But then after we implemented that, we proved that it's actually more delightful to focus on talking with guests rather than dealing with data input, right? So how can we be that kind of chapter that's inspired delight, right? But basically we have a look at other people's work and see if they are doing something that is not ideal or manual or basically not not playful, right? Not enjoyable. And then we can propose that solution to them, and then we make it happen. So that's the question. Is there any idea for that? Does anyone have any idea to to create that kind of information in PD to generate this fun idea? Not just what are the requests, what are the bug report, but something like let's do something, things like that.
Yeah, and also that sometimes I would like to add. Previously, we know that the best way to do that is actually roaming around scrums, right?
Hmm?
Like going around scrums, and then we propose something like that.
Hmm?
And maybe from like the request from HAR, or like some of the requests actually, like maybe some of the PO here kind of like ask them to do feature requests. So
Hmm?
for example, me, yeah, whenever I see something that, oh, you can do this like this, and then yeah, just do a feature request, and then they actually do feature requests based on the idea that we propose.
Hmm?
So that's actually one good thing. So one of the way is actually going around scrums like HR Scrum or whatever, and see which part can be automated, or maybe can be innovated, not automated.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Okay, so that part I think that's a little bit working. Yeah, that's with all the feature requests that.
yeah, yeah. That one is actually working already.
Mm. Okay, but what about the idea that PD itself wants? Is there anything like that? Something that PD really wants. I always want thing. Oh yeah, actually, like the mobile app, right? I really want that, but we don't need that, right? By the time that I really need that, we don't need that. So that is something, yeah, something that's developed in PD chapter. We think that we really need a mobile app, but for what, right? We don't need it, we already have bigger. So we can run it as a side project, and I think Chris also doing that with Zay, with the API version 2 as well. That's something that PD really wants, right? But do we need that? Probably no, right? It's not very urgent, but it's a very like things that yeah, like Flash for PD, right? Really want to do that, but it's not urgent. But that would be inspiring delight. People probably cannot get the sense of why we want to do that in the beginning, but when that's implemented, people will be delighted with those innovation. Okay, so I guess that's time for the next discussion. Nadia, you want to say something?
Probably it's kind of like similar to what the UI UX team been doing. Like we want to improve. I mean, it's like what you said. It's not needed. I mean, we don't want it, but somehow we need it. Like it's because it's like the feature, the My Property tab is already exists, right? But
Mhm.
for some reason, we want to improve it because we discovered like, oh, this is actually a problem and so on. So we actually doing it, no?
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. We are doing it. Okay, we are we making it happen?
We're currently progressing to make it happen.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so it's just my perception then. That's wrong, right? So it's actually the idea generation is actually happening. Yeah. Okay. I don't have any visibility on that because it's not on the documentation basically. So that probably is the problem as well. Uh,
Yeah.
okay. How can we recognize that? How can we recognize the side projects that people are working on? Should we move that into the where is it? This one, yeah. Wait. Should we move it here for personal projects?
I'm not sure, kan. Is it will help, but I see the BI Scrum and everyone has their own like spot, kan ya, Kak Vidya.
Yep.
It's different with PD, and we can see everyone's work and in their own cards. But I'm not sure is it applicable in PD, but I think there will be a good way to see like what are people on working on.
Mm.
instead of
Okay.
the task itself. Like,
Wait, but is it update on the campaign, right? Because it's campaign related project or
Yeah.
side project.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's the problem because we split into campaigns as well, and people are working on campaigns. Let's okay. Shumin say that HR have this issue too. How do you guys fix it, Shumin?
I think we don't really like have a solution to it now also.
Okay.
Yeah, but mostly it's still also like trying to split like operations and projects. Like basically those that we do daily. I think in PDs, like daily one would be like the request that y'all have. Then projects are like, you know what you say, like the more special ones or like innovative ones. Yeah. So in a way we try to like split our time between two. Yeah.
Mm.
And then yeah, I guess using time blocking also lot, like to have time to like really work on like projects also. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That's probably like the one that Zay is talking about. Yeah, basically we will have yeah, like this campaign. All the campaigns that we are working on, everyone is working on that basically. But we need to see what everyone else is doing on their side. Yeah, okay, that's an open solution probably. VD, please write that down. We can try to continue and maybe create a sub discussion to talk about that. Yeah, and how can we implement that? Okay, that's this discussion. Probably that this is will be my OKR for this month. I want to apa namanya the promote more idea generation. To create something that's apa ya playful, enjoyable in PD for PD itself. Okay, so usually PD are people pleaser, right? So we we please people's needs, but we don't have any self reward for PD, right? Or pet project for PD. So uh, let's improve that to improve this apa namanya uh, work life balance, or it's actually both work, yeah, but at least one of them are fun project for each individual. Nadia.
Okay, now you bring it up, Kak. Do you think we celebrate enough when we done product launch or something?
No, no, we need more of that. Yeah, we definitely need more of that. Okay, that's also one a good points that Nadia brings. We should we should celebrate whenever we fix something, we fix a bug, we change something, or we deliver a product or a milestone or things like that. Uh, this is somehow difficult to do in the past. I don't know why. It should be easy to celebrate, right? Because the product is delivered. But then I don't know. People are too perfectionist. I guess it's the product is delivered, but still there's a bug we need to fix. Then it's not celebrated. So okay, Nadia, do you have any idea to how can we have more celebration in PD?
Yeah, I think that's also the issue that I face, Kak. Sometimes I feel like I have the what is it? Like I feel like it's not enough yet. It's not good enough. For example, like when we like launch the Android and all, the mobile app, for example, like sometimes I think yeah, the imposter syndrome. Sometimes I like it's not good enough to be celebrated. But yeah,
Okay, let's stop that. Chris also have the same idea, same problem, and this is bad because people feel like their work is not worth it, right? They think that they are working very hard, but there's no result on that, and that's not a good thing. So let's try to fix it. Let's try to create like a uh, shit, I forget the term. The release train. So basically, we will have a schedule for release. We will release it anyway, even if it's not perfect, and we will celebrate it because we release it. So I think that would be easier to implement in the beginning to get this culture going on. Nadia, let's do a sub discussion about this. Yeah,
Yep,
I think we
yep.
need to improve this culture.
Sure, sure.
Okay, please invite me on that discussion. Okay, we spend most of the time talking about this discussion, but I think this is worth it. Yeah, this is worth discussion. The updates on Trello is on Trello anyway, so anyone can read that. But I will try to read that, and especially we have also a novice campaign from Zay as well, from part of his onboarding. So I will read this quickly for the updates. I will read it out for you. Yeah. So Nadia has this updates basically in this week that has been implementing website translation feature, implemented the live chat as well on the website, and that's operational. Yeah, Nadia.
Yep,
Okay, okay, that's really good. The translation and live chat, and also there's also a page for a university partner, uh, like Hall of Fame, yeah, basically, yeah. And
yep,
then there's also the uh, new some updated new feature on the MMP page. That's for marketing, and then some changes requested by HR. There's oh, this is just started,
yep.
and yeah, okay. And then the next action is the importing the theme to GitHub. We've done this, right?
Not yet.
No?
We've done this, but the idea is a bit different. Kak. The format is a bit different. That's why it's heavy and like yeah,
Okay.
it's not perfect. Like yeah,
Okay.
we have an idea of how to put it in the repository.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. And then this is adding filter. Yeah, that's really good. This is on the website. Yeah. Okay. And then next feature is YouTube icon directly linked to past employee interns. Ah, okay. That's interesting. That is there anything else that you want to say about your campaign, Nadia?
No, I think I've put it that there. All things.
Okay. Okay. Thank you then for the updates. The mobile app. Oh, okay. Do you want to update us for the mobile app? What are the latest status?
Okay, so the update for the mobile apps, we've updated the Android 1.3.0 on Play Store. It already published it. And also for the iOS, so turns out not a happy news, but our sign in with Google version was actually got rejected by Apple again. So it's twice now due to the performance issue when the Siwa or the sign in with Apple was clicked and nothing happened. And also, there's a design policy of their Siwa which cannot be changed. So we'll do some iteration on that.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the
Um,
next thing that you're going to work.
the next thing is probably this actually due to the delay, and actually this kind of like aligned with the what is it, the iOS update on Apple. So we're gonna push notification update as well, and also we're changing some on the Firebase sign in with Google configuration, and also we're gonna create like a logbook for when we do some changing on the app version, both Android and also iOS.
Okay,
No
that's
feature weeks.
okay. So that is going to be collaborating with Stefan as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Nadia, for the updates. Next on the bigger campaign. What Okay. Okay. So the updates, what we've been working on last week is we developed the banner for iOS and also the new link. So basically, this is included in the banner, and also I fixed the codes by moving some of the data that's hard coded there into a helper file. So next time we if we going to create an API for that, it will be easier to implement. The next one is communication channel. This is an easy fix. So simple changes in the database so to include the air support numbers. The next thing I forgot to include that is actually Shumin's and Vera's project about the role separation. We're still discussing about the implementation idea for that. The fixed or the bugs that currently still working on is here. The one that I pointed out previously, it's not being moved. So that will be my focus on this week. That we fixed already is the Airbnb didn't send booking confirmation emails. That's uh, I don't know the fix for that because Airbnb stopped sending the email. We got the coverage from Tokit if Tokit send the details, but we have some problem with Airbnb API as well because some profiles actually already upgraded their API and we cannot access that data. But nevertheless, this part is fixed. In property details, this one is. Oh wait. Which one is this? This is fixed as well, yeah, Nadia. Yeah? The property detail is showing nothing.
Yeah, I think the last time I checked, it's fixed now.
Okay. And then the next one is fixing the review template on Parser. Oh yeah. By the way, this is other than this, but VD, I think siapa tadi yang submit uh, that feature needs to be updated on Redash because Redash is filtering out the review that don't have any
Oh
review
yeah,
attribute.
yeah, 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 yeah. Stefan told me about it.
Yeah.
Review
Okay.
review that doesn't connect to booking, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's related to Redash now. Vidi, what's happening on Redash?
Actually, I have no like direct updates for the infrastructure itself.
Hmm?
Mostly doing the closest one is doing collaboration with BI and also
Hmm?
HR, doing something on Redash, but not really the infrastructure itself.
Okay. Okay. And we are still trying to upgrade the version. Yeah.
Yes, correct. And also one of the dependencies from bigger the roles. After that has been added, then it can be implemented in Redash.
Okay. Okay. I'll make that the priority then. Chris, on the version 2, there's a documentation and then not started response code using implementing different status code, and then we are talking about logging, how we going to log each event on the API, and then also authentication for each endpoint, and we're going to use cookie for that. That's the update for the PD side project, the backend API. Finally, right? There's also maintenance campaign that we just maintain it and not really actively developing it. And then there's a novice campaign as well. Zay, can you tell us what you have done on the onboarding process?
Okay, so basically I have done three checklists and it's passing the deadline, but I will explain why.
Yep.
So the two of the checklist is pairing with Kak Vidi and also Chris. Chris
Yep.
is about a database and also software best practice, and we done that with it's actually aligned with the day I should be pairing with Kak Bayu. And I also did pairing with Kak Vidi about data like analytics and also KPI measurement. But then I failed to pair with Kak Bayu since like I don't feel well in that day, but I then accidentally fell asleep. Then I also contacted Kak Bayu and I really feel sorry about this and until today. So sorry, Kak. And
Yep.
yeah, I'll be doing pairing with Kak Bayu actually tomorrow since Kak Bayu is pretty hectic in the schedule. And then I also joined another chapter Scrum, just like I mentioned before, the BI Scrum. And then I have an issue inside of the one of the checklist is to initiate my own project on my on campaigns, yeah. And I think like it's kind of tough to be time based since like if I were to do it time based then I should come with a project as soon as possible, but then it will be not problem based. It will be just like me proposing something that is not maybe not relevant for the situation. So what do you think about it, Kak?
Mm. Okay. That is actually can be implemented, especially like on the API version 2, for example, right? That's a big campaign to do, right? But what you can do is you can focus just a sub optimization for that campaign. For example, like how should we authenticate all the API, and you make sure that every API endpoint will have those authentication, just same like the Gojek one, right? How can we take the existing feature, try to improve it and deliver it, and make sure that it's implemented in all of the product that we have. So it doesn't really need to be big and new and entirely new thing, but you can also improve from the existing campaigns as well.
Okay, so maybe I will write down the previous Swagger automation project as the checklist, okay? Is it
Oh yeah,
count?
sure. That actually a pretty good project as well.
Okay,
Mm.
so I think I've done that too. So the rest is just to become a campaign manager or assistant manager to deliver the SLA during the PD Scrum. But I think I haven't got that position yet, and just pairing with Kabayo.
Mm. Okay, okay then. Thank you for the updates. Let's say, everyone, I'd like to propose another like 4 minutes, yeah, to finish with Stefan's onboarding campaign. Okay, thank you. Is there any question about Zay's novice campaign so far from anyone else in the chapter, or HR as well, if you have any question? No, all good. Okay, then we will continue with Stefan. Yeah, Stefan, please tell us what you've been learning in the last week.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So basically, as you can see through my update there, I've actually done 5 things. The first one is planning my schedule for the next 2 days on Google Calendar, and the second one is learning about software development best practice with the meeting with Chris the other day on Saturday. And the third one is by joining other chapter Scrum. Basically, I've also been doing the shadowing. It's actually delegated from Cavera. And also the fourth one is I've also learned about some documents from the product development guidelines. And you can see that actually on my QA intern daily journal paper, I've taken some keynotes regarding the guidelines, and also I've created my OKR on the guideline and write it down on also on my daily journal paper. And could you scroll up, Kak?
Okay.
Scroll up. And actually, I've also finished a bug fix project, and yeah, I guess that's it from me.
Mm. Oh, which bug fix project that you?
The Kasasha project the other day, the first
Ah,
one.
okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
And for my next plan, I guess I'll continue on making some checklist, completing this whole campaign, and
Mm,
also maybe participating in some other projects like crazy projects.
mm.
Mm,
Okay.
That's for me. Back to you, Kak.
Okay. Is there any comments from everyone else about Stefan's onboarding process?
None from me.
All good. Okay. Stefan, honestly, I haven't read your journal yet, so I cannot comment on this activity. But I think what we can do is next time you have this notes, you can mention me or mention other members, so we can have conversation on that paper as well. Mm.
Okay,
Or
okay.
even, yeah, you don't if you want to make notes on this Trello, also fine, right? Like for example, finish a bug fix, you can tell us by the time you finish it, and then write it down on the Trello, so we will get the notification about that.
Okay, okay, Kak. Noted.
Okay, I think that's all, everyone. This is 4:05 p.m. already. That's it for PD Scrum today. We will have some discussion between Nadia and me about the celebration, and also Zay will activate Nadia and also Stefan, yeah, to do stand up in PD. Okay, so basically we will replace the async with synchronous stand up. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining this PD Scrum. Thank you, Shumin and Shalin as well, for joining and observing here. And also, let me see who's A here. Oh, Amelia. Amelia, I didn't see you there. Okay.
I'm in class, so I didn't talk as
Okay.
much.
Okay. Okay. Amelia, you can also comment on the paper if we have any discussion there, so we
Yeah,
can
sure.
understand how do you think about that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you and have a good day.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you,
Thank
Yeah,
everyone.
everyone.
you.